Hi everyone, it's Kerchi. Today I am finally going to show you guys everything that I am collecting. Polly Pockets, other compact toys, other toys I haven't even mentioned, dolls, everything. Just a brief background, I started collecting in 2019 and my main focus is Polly Pockets. So that's what's behind me. I have the vintage on this side, the modern ones on this side, and down below you can see some other compact toys that are Polly Pocket adjacent. So while my main focus are Polly Pockets, I do collect other toys that I'm about to show you. So here is everything I have in my collection. Starting off with the classic Polly Pocket compacts. These were the first ones I wanted to add to my collection. You can see them all here. They display very nicely. And these square ones are one of the easiest to get if you're starting a collection because they're common, and these are the ones that we all come to know as nostalgic whenever we think about Polly Pockets in the 90s. And then as we get to the more fun shapes, like the star and flower one over here, they are rarer. So this is the Hollywood one, and this is Fifi's apartment. And I remember these taking me forever to find, and it took forever to complete the sets. And actually, I have not even completed the star sets yet because I'm still missing one more. And when I get that one, I'm finally ready to showcase the stars. But yes, as far as the classic compacts, I have nearly completed them. I'm only missing, I think, one or two at this point. So actually, after I film this, I'm gonna go hunt down the rest of them. Speaking of stars, I have the bigger compacts. So this one is the iconic Fairy Light Wonderland. This one was actually gifted to me by one of my closest friends. So I do have larger sets in my collection as well. Then I have a couple of these fashion sets. I believe this one is called Hatbox, and this is called Vanity. I might be semi-making these names up. That's just how I remember them. I do have a really bad memory, and I'm winging these as I go along. So these were the ones that I got later on in my collection because, like I said, they are very difficult to get. So it did take me a long time to get my collection to where it is now. I did start collecting at 2019, so it's been 6 years at this point. And that's really all collecting is. It's just about being patient and finding the right seller, the right prices. So I don't like to rush myself, and I definitely don't like being pressured to buy something because it's right there. I need to feel right about it. So every single thing in my collection, I feel right about it, with the exception of a couple pieces that I might have panic bought. And these sets are gonna start looking more and more familiar because these are the keepsake collections. These are the ones that are easily accessible and available at retailers, Amazon, Target, Walmart. I have every single one of these. I always make it a point to catch the newest release of keepsakes. And I do have some Polly Pocket jewelry, but this is the only one that I have in box, and I don't have the heart to take her out. So as far as we're concerned, I haven't taken her out yet. I do have a lot of necklaces. I'm not a huge fan of this thread, but I do have quite a handful of these. And for some reason, the smaller necklaces, the smaller sets, are super expensive. I don't understand. Something about Polly Pocket jewelry is just, it's insanely expensive right now. Speaking of jewelry, she might be bare, but I do have quite a handful of rings. Down here are the vintage rings, and up here are the modern rings. I really don't like the modern ones all that much, so I actually stopped collecting them about a quarter of the way through. I think there are more that they came out with, and I can't find any anyway. I just see pictures of them, so I'm not gonna bother. They're not expensive. I think they're maybe like $3 or so, but they just don't look as nice to me. They're very clunky, as you can see here, compared to the vintage ones. So I just stopped. Quit while you're ahead sometimes. The vintage rings though, they are beautiful. I do love them. Look at this one, so pretty. And then I only have one watch. This is a vintage Polly Pocket watch, and this is, I think, Polly and Kitty, something like that. But I wanted just the one because I did come across this when I was a kid. I think it was one of my neighbor friends, and I was just so fascinated by it. But it is very expensive, especially for the size that it is in comparison to the larger compacts. So my soul just didn't feel that it was quite worth it to buy a lot of these for the price that they are. So as of right now, I only have one, but I've kind of told myself that I'll allow myself maybe one or two a year. Maybe I'll add another one this year. And I do have several of these Happy Meals. These are quite cheap, so you can just buy them on eBay. I also have these not so amazing modern Polly Pocket figures. My sister-in-law gave me these back when I was starting my collection, and I really loved them at the time, but then over time, they actually started to fall apart. She has a tear on her shirt, and a lot of these have over time just started to crumble. And I do have Funko Polly Pockets. I don't officially collect Funkos, just ones that resonate with me, like certain characters I really like. And of course, Polly Pocket ones. I have to add these to my collection. I pretty much try to collect anything Polly Pocket related. So I do have Polly herself, and I have the Seashell Compact, and a couple more on pre-order. And then this custom Polly Pocket Funko that I made, I think a couple years ago here on my channel. This is way before they came out with the official Funko, so this came out after I made this, and they look pretty identical, so I think I did a pretty good job predicting what was to come. Not that it's that hard. I mean, she has a very distinct look. Then I have the Disney Polly Pockets. I love, love, love these. I have to do a showcase on these soon. I think I'm just waiting on a couple more sets, and I'm also trying to figure out how I want to group them. I do like to showcase in groups. These are absolutely gorgeous. They are way more gorgeous in person than in pictures. So if you are hunting for these and you're looking at pictures and the pictures don't look that great, trust me, in person, they're amazing. In fact, Disney needs to step it up with their line of toys, because if you go to the Disney store, and I do collect a couple official Disney store toys, the quality is awful. I don't know what's going on. It just went downhill. But who can beat the Bluebird Vintage Disney Polly Pocket toys? No one. No one can beat this brand. It's just packed with details. And then I have these Disney necklaces, and for the longest time, I thought they were Polly Pocket, but they're not. I think they're by, I don't even know, but they open up like Polly Pocket. So, and I did have them from my childhood. I think one of my friends had it. So I just thought that they were Polly Pockets, but I guess not. And I have a lot of these. I have the Stampers, of course. These are the Stamp Compacts. I do have a showcase on these. Another one that one of my friends had. So I keep saying my friends, my neighbor, because I actually only had one Polly Pocket, which was Jewel Magic Ball. That is my all-time favorite. My sister had a couple. She had Cinderella Castle, and she had the Mermaid Sparkle Book, but my neighbors and friends had multiples, so I was exposed to several different Polly Pocket designs as a child, even though I technically only had one. So I don't know where my obsession came from, honestly. I think certain toys just call out to you. I just kind of follow my soul. I follow where my heart wants to go. A couple of these Polly Pocket Fabergé eggs. Actually, only this one is a Fabergé egg and this one is a crown. Have I showcased these? I think I showcased this one. Did I showcase this? I don't remember. Anyways, as far as I know, there's only 2 of these types, and these are one of the rare and expensive ones, so I'm kind of glad there's only 2 because that means I'm done. I have a couple of the travel cases. I don't remember if I'm missing one more. I think there might be 3 travel sets. Haven't showcased these yet because I think I really am missing one more. I'm trying to remember which one it is. And of course, the iconic Polly Pocket storybooks. This was one of the ones my sister had. It's called Sparkle Mermaid Adventure, something like that. I have one of the mini books. This is one of the necklaces. Like I said, the necklaces are so hard to get. I don't have a whole lot. Enough to keep me happy, but I need more. I'm a collector. I'm obsessed. I have more of the little mini books, and then I have the ones with the keys on them. Super, super rare. I have the vintage jewel sets. These are super gorgeous, and they come with necklaces. There's also a full showcase on these on my channel. The animal sets with the little fuzzy animal characters on the inside. Also a showcase on this on my channel. And then I have the ring boxes, which is what the new keepsake collections are based on. I haven't showcased any of this yet because I am far from completing the set, and I really want to complete it so I can do a full-on 100% complete showcase. I'm telling you, the jewelry sets are so hard to get. The horses, of course. We all knew a horse girl growing up. So this is every horse girl's dream. These are amazing sets. And of course, I have the Polyvilles. I have lots and lots of Polyvilles at this point. I didn't see a whole lot of these in my childhood. In fact, the only one that I know of is the Magical Movin' Polyville. That was the only one that I personally played with as a kid. These little houses, I never saw them in the 90s. I don't know what happened. Were they not as popular as the compacts? But they are amazing. They're super cute, and I have a lot of them at this point. I just need a better way to display them. I would love to display them on a table like a real village, a real Polyville, but unfortunately, I lack the space. So they are stuck down there. Larger Polyvilles. This one is one of the mansions, I think it's called. Super gorgeous. I have a showcase on this on my channel. The iconic Magical Movin' Polyville, the one that I just mentioned earlier. She's magnetized and she moves around in there. Also a showcase on this on my channel if you want to see all of the details. And I do have a lot of Disney sets at this point. So this one is Beauty and the Beast. I have a couple Cinderella's Castle. This is the original one, and this is the recolor. I don't know why they did this. It looks ridiculous, but it's so cool, and I love the pink and purple. So I had to get this too. I kind of want to eat it. It looks like it's made of sugar. Winnie the Pooh Honey Pot. Haven't showcased this yet, but this is so cute. So I do have a lot of Disney sets. Okay, I can't get distracted opening this. I have to bum rush so this video doesn't get too long because I have a lot in my collection. And of course, the iconic Wizard of Oz. Look at this. This is one of my favorites, and this is also one of my most beloved videos that I did. I have showcase on this as well if you want to see the details. And now Wizard of Oz is trending. Wicked was just released, and there's talk that there's going to be a Wicked Polly Pocket collab. And yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Random Polly Pocket lunchbox that I found. I don't remember how much I paid for this. I don't think it was that much. That's why I snagged it. She's empty inside. I don't know what to put in her, but look how 90s this looks. I used to have one such lunchbox, not Polly Pocket. I think maybe it was Sesame Street, with a thermos and everything in there. And then we have the Lucy lockets. I am the proud owner of 3 Lucy lockets. And as far as I know, that's all that's out there. And if I missed any, please let me know because I want to have every Lucy locket there is. So Lucy Locket is basically Polly Pocket's big sister. She comes in 2 giant compacts and a cottage house. This is the cottage, and George actually gifted her to me new in box. There is a showcase on my channel. He gifted her to me on our anniversary, and I was actually extremely surprised. I had no idea. He messaged a seller, went all out, and I was like, how much did you pay? How much did you pay? And he didn't want to tell me, but he eventually told me, and yes, it was substantial, but I can honestly say she's not the most expensive thing in my collection, at least not anymore. But I do love Lucy Locket, and look at this house. It's so cute. I just want to shrink down and live here. We are still in Polly Pockets, you guys. Moving on to the early 2000 Polly Pockets. I don't have a whole lot. There's not a lot that just kind of resonates with me. There are some that do, like the compact fruit ones. And I don't know why the early 2000s ones seem to be more expensive than the 90s ones, but I do have a handful of the early 2000s ones, and they're really cute. I'd love to have more of them. Not every design really resonates with me because some are very clearly early 2000s. They're cohesive, and then it starts kind of getting more and more random with the color scheme, so I'm being very choosy with those. I do have this CD player though, and it does play music, so... Oh, is that it? Oh, it just stops suddenly. It makes me look stupid. She does open up into a compact, and there's Polly and her friends in there. There's a cell phone one too, and I'm looking for that one right now. Another early 2000s one that I have is this blow up one. I'm not gonna blow into this. I don't know whose mouth has been on this thing, but actually, did I sanitize this? I think I sanitize everything, but sometimes I'm in a rush and I put something away, or I put it on the side of my desk, and then I go into a cleaning frenzy and organize everything. So this one, I might need to sanitize this after this video just in case, because there is a mouthpiece. A couple perfume bottles that I have in my collection. These are so beautiful. I haven't showcased these yet, I don't think. Of course, Jewel Magic Ball, my all-time favorite. This was the one I had as a kid. I'm gonna take the time to mention this every time I do one of these videos because she's an icon, she's a legend, and she's my heart. Moving on to the modern Polly Pockets. So these ones are from, I want to say 2015 onwards. These are the hidden hideouts. I did repaint most of them. They're up on my channel. You can watch the whole process. I only have 2 left of these to repaint, and I haven't had the time to do it, but I think it's time to finally finish those. And then I have these modern Polly Pocket keychains. I believe these are called Tiny Pocket World. Here are even smaller ones, and they're all right here. So I do have a lot of these, and they've stopped making them. I haven't seen any new ones, so I think they've moved on from these. Would they be on the rare category at this point? We all know these. These are readily available on Amazon, Target, Walmart, etc. And these are their flagship modern Polly Pocket line with the fun little shapes. They have cute little interactions on the compacts. They're still producing these. I have some on pre-order right now. Every time they release a new one of these, I pretty much jump on it. So I do have quite a lot of these, and I have had to buy their very own shelves because space. Space is my enemy right now. They have also done some cute collabs with other brands. This one is their collab with Target, one of my favorites. Look at him, he's so cute. And then we're getting into the very, very large Polyvilles. So this one is probably one of the last Polyvilles that I ever collected because they are so extremely large that I have made the decision to no longer collect modern Polyvilles. I just don't know how I'm gonna display her. She's very beautiful. I do have a showcase on this on my channel and people do love watching my modern Polyville showcases, but unfortunately, I am no longer collecting them. They're just way too large. If I had a mansion, yeah, because they are cute. But the whole point of Polly Pocket is that she's tiny. So let's keep her tiny. Let's focus on the little compacts. These are more of the modern Polyvilles. Don't like them. Very clunky, very boxy. I get the concept. This one is cheese. I guess she's cute, but this one's just kind of, I don't know, uninspiring, so I did stop collecting these. I also have all of the Pet Connects. I just completed them. I have lots and lots of these, and they really are super cute. They display so nicely, and I think these might be worth a showcase. The modern Polly Pocket purses, again, available at Amazon, Target, Walmart, you know the deal. And lately, they've been coming out with mommy and baby series, so I love these. And the babies fit so nicely on their little tummies, or, you know, I have a kangaroo and the baby fits in the pouch. It's just so cute. I did remove the straps though. I don't like the straps on these purses, so technically I don't display them as purses. They're really nice on their own like this. The pinatas are so adorable. I love the whole design. They added a lot of detail on the outside, so I do have every pinata at this point with one on pre-order. These little Polly Pocket die cast cars, they're so cute. And when I found out that they were die cast, I had to get them because the quality feels really nice. They feel like those Hot Wheel cars, but Polly Pocket version. And then they did come out with these really tall tower shaped ones. So in this case, this one's ice cream, but they open up in 3 parts and they are purses as well. But these were really fun for a time, although I don't prefer these over the compacts. I think compacts 100%, they're a win for me. And then some of their other concepts can be hit or miss. Then I have some other random ones that I didn't really find all that exciting. I forget what this one's called. I think it comes with bubbles that you actually blow, and I don't know, it didn't really stick with me. In fact, I don't know why I kept this one. I should have just returned it, but I do have several of these random Polly Pocket sets that I thought I could add to my collection, and I ended up not really connecting to them, so. And then I have Polly Pocket purses from multiple collabs with multiple brands. Lots and lots of purses at this point, and backpacks, other accessories. If the design is good, I'll buy it. I don't buy every single Polly Pocket collab out there. They just had one recently with a clothing brand. I did not like it. It didn't scream Polly Pocket to me. If you're gonna collab with Polly Pocket, you have to make it very, very, very obvious that it's Polly Pocket in order for me to add it to my collection. And of course, the Polly Pocket Collector Edition sets, Harry Potter, Stranger Things, they just did The Office, Friends. These are not like their modern sets at all. There's extra added effort and artistry into these. Always, always, always will collect these. Okay, that was the overarching view of my Polly Pocket collection. And now we are moving on to other compact toys and other Polly Pocket adjacent toys. Starting with Mighty Max. Someone said that they are scary Polly Pockets. Someone also said that he's Polly Pocket's brother. So whatever you want to call it, they're made by the same company, which is Bluebird. And I have a lot of Mighty Max sets. They're not complete. I think I'm only halfway through. I do want to complete them. I love them. My whole vibe is feminine, girly, pastels, but I can appreciate the artistry and design behind Mighty Max because these compacts are so creative. So I do love them. I have a showcase of one whole set on my channel. I highly encourage you to watch that to really see the mechanism of each of these compacts because they blew my mind. I feel like boys get the coolest things. Then I have these funky little houses. These are called Teeny Weeny Families. They actually have multiple names. They can either be called Teeny Weeny Families, teeny tiny families, and then there's an Italian version, which I also have. And they are all displayed right here, and a couple people have already kind of wondered what the heck they are because they're front and center in my collection. But the reason why I put them there is they do display very nicely. They remind me of Busy People, that nostalgic TV show. Busy people, working hard all over town. Here's a sewing machine building, a baby bottle building. So I have not even showcased these, but they are super, super cute. They come with little tiny characters. I don't know the lore behind these. I just know that they remind me of those shows I used to watch as a kid. Of course, Busy People. They remind me of Little Bear, Franklin, that whole vibe. I love it. And these are one of my most prized possessions. I have several unboxed Trendmaster sets. These are called Star Castles. I have a giant one as well that I can't get out right now because it's buried under a bunch of stuff, but that's a big one that I'm definitely going to unbox here on my channel very, very soon. They're my babies. This one's already banged up and I'm so mad. This is one where I really am sitting with myself wondering if I should take them out of the box. I have mentioned multiple times that I always take them out of the box because I promised myself I was going to play with them and enjoy them and really not act like I'm gonna sell them. I'm not gonna sell anything in my collection ever, but putting them in the box and keeping them there to just sit there goes against my beliefs. It goes against my goal to enjoy these, but I will soon. Just give me time. I just want to give them time to sit here and look pretty. Then there's Shopkins. I do have a lot of Shopkins sets. These giant log ones, so gorgeous. I have a showcase on these, the entire set on my channel. And then I have these little teeny tiny Shopkins necklaces. Again, with the necklaces, I do not like the cord or string that they come with, so I remove those. And they can also display very nicely like I have them here. These are very similar to the Tiny Pocket World, but I will say that the Shopkins compacts, their quality is top notch. They are pretty much on par with vintage Polly Pockets. It's too bad they stopped making them because Shopkins was really popular for a time, so I don't know why they fell off. The company Moose Toys, they're still making toys, so they're doing okay. I just don't know why they stopped producing Shopkins. These are just so cute. Please make more of these. The Lego storybooks. Another one that I haven't seen in a long time. They used to produce these frequently, but I can't remember the last time I got a Lego storybook. But these do open up like Polly Pockets and you do have to assemble them. I have a full showcase on these particular ones on my channel. These are the ones from Encanto. Then I have the full set of the Disney Princess ones also showcased on my channel, fully assembled. And of course, the Harry Potter books. I am a huge Harry Potter fan. I wouldn't say I'm like huge. I don't know a whole lot about every single detail of every single character, but I do eat up a lot of Harry Potter content. I even played Hogwarts Legacy, an amazing game. I highly recommend it. And these books were so fun to put together. Great detail too. And Lego is not cheap, so they better come through every time if they're gonna charge that much. I do love book type compacts, so I also have these Rilakkuma storybook sets. There is a full showcase on my channel as well. Something about these books, they just display so nicely. I have them right here and they bring me a lot of joy. So whenever I get a chance to collect some kind of book type compact, I do. And then we have the Japanese Polly Pockets. That's not their official name, but these are called Twinkle Packed. These are one of my favorite things in my collection. They are so beautiful. And Japanese design to me is just amazing. I don't know what it is. Is it the minimalism and the muted colors? I think that's what it is. I do love pastels. I love wearing them. They're very delicate and feminine, and these are just top notch. Full showcase as well on my channel. Check these out. More Japanese compacts. We have the My Little Fairy set. Showcase on these as well on my channel so you can see the full details, but these are so beautiful on the inside, just beautifully made. Whenever I come across a Japanese Polly Pocket set, I grab it. There's actually one called Angel Pocket, which is the official Polly Pocket knockoff in Japan. Super expensive. I cannot believe it. It is so expensive for one set. It's like $500. I can't even fathom, so I have not added those to my collection. I would really love them though. Another Japanese set is the My Little Fairy Cosme. These are cosmetics based. Full showcase on my channel as well. I recommend you watch that too if you're a fan of Japanese design, Japanese toys. And then I have a bunch of these little Pretty Cure compacts. Pretty Cure is the anime that it's based on. They're not terribly interesting. I think I collected these because they come in compact form, but the inside is pretty much all similar, so not terribly interesting, but I thought it was cute enough at the time to add to my collection. Then I have these Hello Kitty sets. I think this is Hello Kitty Food Town or something like that. These are from Pop Mart. So sometimes Pop Mart comes out with Polly Pocket adjacent toys. You do have to hop on them because they go really fast, usually by scalpers. Then I have these Polly Pocket knockoffs called Lovely Kitty. When I say Polly Pocket knockoff, it's not an official knockoff, but it looks similar enough that it could be. And I think I have the full set, so I might be ready for a showcase on this one. Do I even remember what it looks like on the inside? I haven't looked at this in a while. There it is. Not a whole lot of detail, but interesting enough to collect. Then I have these My Little Fairy Tale sets. These are based on classic fairy tales, not Disney exclusive. So this one is based on Cinderella, this one is Red Riding Hood, and I believe I have the full set at this point, so this is another one that might be ready for a showcase. Lots of details like Polly Pockets. I haven't given it a full inspection yet, but definitely super, super cute. And I love anything fairy tale themed. I don't remember what these are, but I do remember going down a rabbit hole of random Japanese gacha compacts. What is this called? Oh, this is another Precure one from that anime I just mentioned. I don't remember this. They don't have a whole lot of detail. I don't know why I collected these. I think at one point I told myself that I was going to collect every single compact toy to ever exist. And then I realized that there are a lot of them. So I needed to set criteria for myself. Otherwise, I would be buried in random compact toys. Like these that I forgot about. Yeah, I have a bunch of these random gacha toys. I haven't even opened this, and I don't know if I want to at this point. There's like nothing in there. It's just, I wanted to collect compacts, even gachas that make no sense. I do have this Luminary Tears set. One of them is like Disney princess themed. I think this is an official Disney collab. I haven't looked at this in a while. It's pretty simple in there, so I mean, looking at it now, I'm not as excited about it, but at the time, I remember working really hard to try and find these. Moving on to the cute little suitcases, I do have a handful of suitcase compacts. These are the ones from Peanuts. This one is specifically Snoopy and Woodstock's cute little adventures. There is a showcase on this on my channel, and these are just so cute. I love the design. Looks very vintage, but I don't think it is. I think this is by Rement as well. So Rement, amazing. One of my top favorite brands to collect. I actually haven't added a Rement set in a long time, so time to go looking for more after this. And these are one of my all-time favorite compacts. This is the BT21 BTS World Tour set. There is a full showcase on this on my channel, packed with so much detail, and each of the characters are based on each of the BTS members. I am ARMY, so very happy to have these. And just for giggles, I did also get the Shooky's chips. This is based on Suga, one of the BTS members. Shooky is his character. He's like a little tiny chocolate chip cookie. This one is actually really scary because it pops up, so I'm not going to open it because the first time I opened it, it almost hit me in the face. So we're gonna leave it at that. I also have these Frozen suitcases. I believe these are called the Pop-Up Adventures. I forget what this one's called. Is this also Pop-Up Adventures? But these are super, super adorable. There is a showcase on this on my channel. They haven't come out with new ones, but if they did, I would have added more. These are super, super cute. Not the biggest fan of Frozen. I think the newer Disney movies just don't really hit it for me. I am a vintage, old school Disney type of gal. And Disney merchandise has lacked these days, but these I do recommend. I think this was one of the last ones where they were like, we're gonna put extra effort into these. And then I have the Yellowly sets. These are like Polly Pockets, but they open up into fun little shapes. I did a showcase of the heart ones on my channel recently, and as for the rest of them, they're gonna take time because I do have quite a few, and then there are some out there that I haven't gotten yet. These are somewhat difficult to get, actually. But these are basically Chinese Polly Pockets. I have a lot of cute Hello Kitty sets. I have a showcase on these particular ones on my channel. Super adorable. I love these, and I love that they incorporate stationery because Sanrio has been about stationery since the dawn of time. And even though they've ventured out into other categories, mini toys for instance, they have still found a way to add stationaries in these, which I think is really cute and heartwarming. Small gift, Big smile. At one point, I did go a little crazy and start collecting anything Sanrio Playhouse related, not even compact or Polly Pocket related, but anything Sanrio that's a cute toy. And imagine the space that it took up, so I had to stop. This being one of them. I think this one came with a doll though, and I wanted the doll. Gotta set some criteria, otherwise as a collector, I'm just gonna go all out and get whatever. The last thing I wanna do is get into hoarding territory where I can't get around my room. Right now my room is very livable. I can get around, I can breathe, and I never want my collection to close in on me, so I have to be careful with things like this. And then I have these Lego cubes. People asked me many moons ago to showcase these, and I kept saying, yeah, I will. I'm just gonna complete the set. I have now completed multiple sets. Still haven't showcased them. I think I should. I think it's time. But these are the animal ones. I have sports ones. I have some other ones based on Lego characters. It's been a while since I've looked at them, but this is one of the sets. They do display nicely. They can stack. Of course, they're Lego, so why wouldn't they? But another one that opens up like a compact, so love these. Then we have the My Little Pony sets, which were so disappointing. I have a showcase on this on my channel so you can see how truly disappointing they are. But these, I was really expecting a lot with these, and as I was putting them together and playing with them, they lost the magic for me. Just watch for yourself and then you'll see what I'm talking about. But I do regret collecting these. I will not be collecting anymore if they come out with more. Speaking of Disney merchandise that I mentioned earlier, these are the ones that they really lacked in. So these are called, what are these? Animators Collection. So when I hear the word collection, or if it's branded in such a way that makes it seem like it's for collectors, I'm expecting higher quality, really good design, very thoughtful, and these are not it. These are also not cheap. And do I have all of them at this point? I think at one point I thought, I don't want any more, but I was only one or two from finishing the set, so I think I do have them all. Another one of my spiral moments where I just kept going even though I didn't like them. So yeah, I think, can you even tell whose houses these are? Guess which characters live here. Maybe this one's obvious, it's Frozen, but who lives here? The loose glitter, it's already falling as I'm shaking this compact, but Disney, do better. If you're gonna charge premium prices, I expect premium product. Okay, now we are getting into my dolls. It's doll time. Speaking of Disney, these dress-up ones are actually super, super cute. I have all of them. And I have found several other vintage dolls that follow this design concept of the dress being a compact. So I do love these and plan to add more. I haven't showcased any of this yet. I don't want to open it. I was just going to open and show you guys, but it's actually really difficult to stuff all the clothing pieces in there. So we're going to keep them closed, but they are gorgeous. And I think you can still buy these on Amazon. So I'd say just based on looking at these, the exterior of these, they're worth it. And then we have the Sanrio dolls. These are actually a collab with Mattel and Sanrio, and I don't know which mold they used for these. I think these are Mattel, correct me if I'm wrong, but they really ate with this one. Look at the detail of the shoes, their outfits. And the reason why I haven't showcased these is I am missing one more. I am missing Kuromi. Where is she? I saw a picture of her circulating online and then someone said, oh, they discontinued Kuromi. Why? Because I need her and I would complete the set if I had her. These are really nice, great quality dolls. I love the hair. I love big bouncy hair. So as far as dolls go, I do limit myself with these as well because I am out of space. So at this point in time, I'm only collecting dolls that call out to me, that resonate with me, and I'm not looking for set completion when it comes to dolls. I'm looking at each doll as an individual, basically. And I just showed these in my last video, but once upon a time, I was actively collecting Shoppies from the Shopkins brand. And these are the ones that came with compacts. That's why I bought these, but I no longer collect Shoppies because they are hit or miss. Some of them are great quality, some of them are not. And I also just lack the space. I also have this giant bin where I store my dolls because I have run out of space. So I'm gonna show you guys what's in there. Starting with the rest of my Shoppies. I had so many of these. Currently have. In Zippies, this is only one of them. I found 2 more bags. That makes 3 bags full of Shoppies. Oh my gosh, I actually feel so bad. It feels like they're abandoned toys, and if they ever came to life, they would be screaming in agony because they're being suffocated in there. And I feel so bad that I have to stuff them in here, but I lack the space currently. So here they all are. Like I said, they are hit or miss. Some of them are super incredibly cute and some quite cheap looking. I also have Cave Club dolls, which are so amazing. I love dinosaurs. Look at this one. Oh my gosh, she is so cute. And then there's the little tiny version on the Brontosaurus. Okay, I actually really do love these and I would love to add more of these to my collection. I completely forgot about them and haven't been Googling them to see if they came out with new ones, but the ones with the dinosaurs, they're just so amazing. I do love dinosaurs and they're very cute, very great quality. And the ones that are just Cave Club individual dolls, I have in baggies in the bin. The gang's all here, suffocating. I'm so sorry, guys. Look at her. I'm so sorry. I don't want to treat you like this. Are they discontinued? I haven't heard any hype about Cave Club, but they're actually really good quality. I don't know why they stopped making them. I love the shape of the dolls. Their hair, super bright. Their accessories. I love the whole, what is it? Ice Age? Or am I thinking Ice Age? Flintstones. What's Flintstones? Stone Age. Okay, Stone Age theme. Super cute. And then, this is very sad. These are my Betty Spaghettis. No, they are not the ones from the 90s. They are the reboot. And the reason why I keep them in the baggies is they're actually not great. I was expecting them to be like the 90s quality, and they're so bad that the joints don't bend easily. I mean, that's the whole point of Betty Spaghetti, is to bend her easily. She's not malleable. There's a lot of resistance on the joints, and it was actually making me angry and making me feel weak that I could not bend them. Even putting her in the sitting position that she's in there took so much effort for me. So I would love to get my hands on an original 90s Betty Spaghetti. Very expensive, of course, but I think I'm gonna go hunting for one. Let's take one of you out, just see, because yeah, you know, she's not very cute. What do we think? Unwanted. What do I do with you? Now, these dolls are very precious to me. These are called Kindy Kids. And another one that I haven't heard any hype around recently, I think they might have stopped making these as well, but I love these. The quality is just amazing. They're super cute and they are in the bin. I have no space. Once upon a time, I had them all out displayed on my shelves, and then I accumulated more and more Polly Pockets. So Polly Pockets will always be priority to me, but I do have almost all of the Kindy Kids large dolls, and then they came out with the babies, which I don't have, but the large ones, I think I have them all in the bins, sadly. And they come with a lot of accessories that are organized into baggies that also go in the bin. Their accessories are very high quality, very entertaining, and it's a shame that I can't display them, but I do love them, and they are not unwanted. They are far from unwanted, and I'm going to work towards getting the space to display them eventually. I do have a couple Barbies. I have a couple more up in boxes up there in the void of my closet, but these are the ones that I've unboxed. This one I did recently. She's the 12 Days of Spring Barbie with the vintage mold. Super gorgeous. I am in love with her. And then we have the 90s Polly Pocket Barbie. And yes, she is an official collab with Polly Pocket, and she's from the 90s. So that's a plus. I just noticed the change in skin color. The 90s one is a lot more tan. And then I have one of my most prized dolls, which is the super rare Novi Stars alien doll. I absolutely want to collect more of her. I actually looked her up online recently. She's very expensive. I need more of her. I love aliens and space. Look at that face. She is so unique and gorgeous. And the packaging, I need it. I need more. More dolls that call out to me. The Rainbow Bright reboot. She's not an original one from the 80s. I got her at Walmart. The McDonald's Happy Meal girl. I have not unboxed her yet, but she is vintage. She looks so adorable. This one deserves a showcase for sure. What year is she from anyway? 1997 by Hasbro. And then one of my all-time favorite dolls, the Baby All Gone from the 90s. I actually had her as a kid. And yes, she comes with the cherries. Let's open this up. Take a big whiff. Oh my gosh. Ugh, this should be illegal. I have a full showcase on this as well, and when I showcase this on my channel, I could not stop smelling this. In fact, I smelled it so much that for days, like maybe a good 3, maybe 4 days, the smell was stuck in my nose and it actually started to make me nauseous. Just one more. Okay, done. We put the spoon in and we feed her. Magic. I love her. She actually sits right next to my desk so I can look at her all the time. She also comes with the bottle. So I actually got her new in box, but the bottle, I don't know what happened. I think it just dried up over time. I don't even know how this technology works. So there's not much in there, but super cute. And there are several toys that have followed this concept. I know Kindy Kids, the little dolls that I just showed with the big eyes, one of them has this mechanism of putting the spoon in and feeding the doll. Here, take a whiff. And then I also collect random things that I just resonate with that I absolutely love. One of them being Sailor Moon stuff. So these are the official replica wands, I think, or I forget the actual branding. Something replica, whatever. So beautiful. I have these displayed right next to me as well so I can look at it while I'm working or gaming. I was also collecting other wands. Once upon a time, I wanted to have a reputable wand collection. I love fairies and pixies and magic, so I added these little tiny ones, and then I got over it because it just kind of seemed like hoarding junk at that point. So I'm gonna stick to the Sailor Moon ones and these little ones that I have, not adding any more unless I find an official wand that's like super magical and has actual powers inside. Then, of course, these see-through phones. See-through technology was really peak. This is an official one from the 80s. I think this is called Miss Retro Phone. And this one I actually got at Target. I got this at Target on Halloween and it's amazing. It's cute. And then I have this Lips phone that I got on Amazon because they remind me of Bratz. Although I didn't have any Bratz dolls and I don't plan on buying any because I actually don't like Bratz. And of course, can't be a 90s kid if you don't collect Tamagotchi. I have several of them. So this is Tamagotchi, this is actually Gigapets. And then they had a Hello Kitty collab. I think this is Tamagotchi too. Or is this something else? But they're all dead and they're so cute. I love just the display of them, like little virtual keychains. And just to wrap this up, I have a Furby. She is an original one as well, new in box. I did a showcase on her on my channel. She does work. I don't want to wake her up right now because I don't want all the hullabaloo. But I love her. I love everything 90s. If I find any random thing from the 90s or 80s or even beyond, I will add it to my collection. I refer to them as items that hold magical power. And if I surround myself with magical items and magical artifacts, the more powerful I become. And it's all part of manifestation and manifesting a life that you love. But be careful that you don't hoard too many things and that your space is still livable and these things don't close in on you. There's a fine line between collecting and hoarding. You gotta be organized, calculated, budgeted, of course. I'm gonna do a full video on how you can hold yourself accountable as a collector so that you still feel good buying all this stuff instead of feeling guilty. I have a lot of tips on that and, of course, lived experiences. And that is pretty much the gist of my collection. And in the beginning of this video, I actually said, here's everything in my collection. And now I'm kind of backtracking and saying gist of my collection because there's just a lot in here and there's more up there that I can't get to because I need a ladder. So I hope you enjoyed that overview of my collection. The main one, of course, being Polly Pockets. I love Polly Pockets. They are my top priority right now in my collection. And thank you guys for watching and I'll see you on the next one.